Next we're going to talk about the shaper or shaping cane. So we have some gouged cane and we've hardness tested it. Now there are as many shapes as there are famous bassoon players. Everyone has tried to find a certain shape because a different shape will respond in a different way. The tuning will be different. It's like a big stew. It's a recipe. We have to put the right things in. So if we're going to change one thing, it will change a lot of other things. So I have a few shapes that I use, and I'm always experimenting. At the moment I have one made by Fox, which is a copy of what Leonard Sharrow used to use. Any of you who have played your Milder concert studies or music edited by Leonard Sharrow will have heard of him. Anyone who watched the video I did with Rick will know that Rick studied a little bit with Leonard Sharrow. So there is this tradition from America of getting certain shapes. One of the copies I have is of an old reed made by Knockenhauer, who was the famous German maker, which has a little bit more flair to it, and Fox make a version of that. I have some Prestini shapes with this, which are silver. I don't have them here. The Fox ones are this black hardened metal, and they're very good because when you're chopping away fast, they don't get any nicks in them, and I've abused these and they're lasting well. One of the things you'll see on many videos or instruction manuals is using a Stanley knife blade or an X-Acto knife, they call them in America. If you're doing a lot of cane, you just get through these by the packet, and having built up hundreds of these blunt blades and even tried sharpening them, I was lucky enough to get some tools from the late Bill Waterhouse from his widow Elizabeth, and she had a whole box of his kit. And it included this very nice old folding knife, which has got a lovely steel, which when I sharpen, either using a diamond or using one of these kits where you have the two posts, these are quite good. You just put the knife between the two, but you need a sharp knife. The reason I'm stressing that is because this stuff has lots of silica in it, lots of glass, and all those fibres just go through blunting your tools. So with a sharp knife and with a shape of your choice, I'm going to just try on the Sharrow right now. You're placing the cane in, and again you will find if the cane is too warped it's not going to go between here, so it's again a sort of side check. You're going to be wasting a few bits of cane at every stage, and you'll see is it worth keeping them or not. Now this, sometimes I wear an apron because I'm going to cut towards me. I'm always in connection with my tools. I'm not just flying around in midair. I'm pushing it against my chest. Some people push it against the table. I just find this way I've got the most, I can actually see what I'm doing. Some shapes have a really big flare at the bottom. So what you're seeing me do now, which was 3 strokes, doesn't work because it cuts into that flare at the bottom. This particular shape is very tolerant of me just going like this, fast. And I'm literally, with a dry piece of cane here, you can do it wet. If you do it wet, it will take a little bit more cane off because the cane expands. Now the reason I have these different shapes also is, as you heard in the hardness testing, I found some cane was much softer. And with this softer cane, I can use a much narrower shape. Here today I've got a Fox one. I've also got one on the website for Fox which is called Arb, from a maker who copied an earlier shape which is quite narrow. Looks like the old Windler sort of shape, and they come out quite narrow, and I leave them long. And when the cane is soft, they work, and when the cane is too hard, they don't. So conversely, I have this harder piece, which is number 12, on my favourite shape, which is my Sharrow or my Fox one, that sort of range. This is too hard, and they just come out unplayable. I can put these on a wider shape, like the Knockenhauer one, which has the flare. Or even the Fox 3 I have, which is a very wide shape, which, here we go. And that softer cane will work with that. You'll always be adjusting some of the measurements where you put the wires, the length of the tube, just to adjust to the different shape. It's not like they're all going to be the same. But obviously these are shapes that Fox has put together based off players' preferences, based off players sending their favourite reed in and say, please make me a shape that looks like this famous player. And that's why they have so many different shapes on their site, so that you can find that recipe which for you, with your crook, with your style of playing, you can find the ingredients to make the magic reed.